equip naman ang hospital.
Yeah, okay naman siya. Okay.
Okay naman. Sige, okay. Take care.
Very quiet. It's being recorded.
Thank you.
Hi, Ma.
Hi. Is that my
Nice to see
son?
you.
Is that my son?
Yeah.
One of them, the most
Yes,
good.
Lily,
One of them.
the steps.
One of them.
That's the oldest one. Okay.
The oldest and best good looking.
Oh, he'd love to hear that.
Of course, my members cannot disagree. They don't know any of my other siblings.
You will always,
That's right.
you will always be Mama's boy.
Yes. So, di ba?
Hindi naman. He's so stubborn. You know, he's
95 ulit.
not mama's boy. He's so stubborn.
Oh, there's I. You're looking better.
Oh, thank you.
Ma,
I
did you
cannot
pray
even
for
stop him from playing golf.
Ah,
Ma,
Yeah,
did you pray for
imagine.
I and Rose?
Ah,
Ma, did you include I and Rose in your 8 masses, daily masses?
Of course. One whole
Daily
mass.
masses? Wow. Daily masses?
yeah, she pays for us every day.
No,
That's
because
how
when
you know.
I ask permission from the priest, and when I pray for someone, he has the whole mass.
Yeah.
That's it.
So I'm guaranteed 1 mass every day.
Sure. Crazy. You're
So
crazy.
now, guys, you know what I took after my religious practices.
Ooh, sus. Ay, nako.
President Louis, shall we begin?
Yeah. 4 seconds.
Ay, you're even in our Senecal group. Your name is there.
Naman sa ano, sa kabila.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Oh, it's young.
President, I will begin, okay?
Plain water.
Good afternoon, my dear fellow Rotarians, guests, and friends. I would like to welcome you all to the Rotary Club of Makati's meeting this 17th day of August, 2021. I am Bong Getuya, and I will be your moderator for today. Here are some house rules for our meeting today. Number 1, please be advised that microphones for non-participating guests and members will be on mute to keep the background noise to a minimum. Number 2, may we request our visiting Rotarians and friends and guests to please key in your name, your Rotary Club, your affiliation, and the person who invited you to this online meeting so that we can acknowledge you later on. Number 3, for our open forum, I encourage you to please either use the raise hand button in Zoom or type in your questions in the comment box after our speaker has completed her talk so that we can do an open forum. And number 4, please do not leave after the President's response, as we will be taking a photo together with our speaker. Next one, please. Before we set the ball rolling, I would like to call on President Louis Asioche to call this meeting to order. President Louis.
Thank you, Treasurer Bong. I call this meeting to order.
Thank you, President. Now, let me please call on Rotarian Chris Ferrareza for the invocation. Chris.
Fellow Rotarians and friends, let us bow our heads and feel the presence of God. Our dear loving God, we implore you to come in our midst as we start this regular meeting of our club. Bless and guide everyone in attendance so that we can have a meaningful and fruitful time together in this meeting. We pray for the immediate recovery of our fellow Rotarian II and his family, as well as of our friend Tess Dumana, and for the healing of Rotarian Derek Tan and PDG Jimmy Cura and family. We pray for our club president, Louis Asioche, who is always risking himself whenever he goes out to serve and carry out our club's mission. Please always keep him safe, healthy, and strong. We pray that you continue to keep us, our loved ones, the RCM staff, our fellow Filipinos, and our government leaders and frontliners from the perils of COVID-19. Please heal the world and may we all survive this long battle. But above all, may we come out of it better persons. Finally, we thank you for all the blessings that you tirelessly shower upon us despite our flaws as human beings. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you very much, Chris. Can you hear me, Chris? Can you hear me well?
Yes, very well.
Okay, sorry, I had the microphone malfunction. So, ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention? We honor the Philippine National Anthem. Next, let us all cheer for the Rotary Club Makati hymn.
We're the Rotary Club Makati, and together we stand proud. We are leaders with integrity, always ready to serve humanity, always living by the four-way test, building goodwill and peace along the way, giving hope to the world. We're the Rotary Club of Makati, prepared to aid our fellow men. As true Rotarians we live truly. We believe in service above self, and this is why we succeed. We're the Rotary Club of Makati, and together we stand proud. We are leaders with integrity, always ready to serve humanity, always living by the four-way test, building goodwill and peace along the way, giving hope to the world. We're the Rotary Club of Makati, giving hope to the world. The Rotary Club of Makati.
Next, we have the four-way test. Please repeat. I urge you to please repeat after me. First, is it the truth?
Is it the truth?
Is it fair to all concerned?
Is it
Is it
fair to all concerned?
concerned?
Will it build goodwill and better friendships?
Will it build goodwill and better friendships?
friendships?
Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Will it be beneficial
Beneficial
to all concerned?
Now let us greet all our birthday and wedding celebrants for this coming week. On August 19, we have Rotarian Taba Samson. Advanced happy birthday, Rotarian Taba. For our Rotary aunts, we have Elena Cuyuto on August 20, Kathy Yu on August 21, and Angela Garcia on August 22. For our wedding anniversaries, we have today, August 17, Rodrigo and Marie Segura, and for Andrew and Maida Prieto on August 20. Happy birthday and happy wedding anniversary. Now for the introduction of our visiting and Rotarian guests. First, we have First Ann, Tess Aseyoche. Welcome, First Ann. We also have Ann Nelly Bengzon, the mother of our of PDG PEPS. We have IPP Bing Rubio. We have IPP Imelda Siete Reales. We have IPP Josie Reyes and PP Megs Lun of RC Metro Calibo. President Loida of RC Calibo. We have Pauline Sazon of RC Calibo. We have President-elect Romy Reyes. We have Anton Mercado, Edward Ochenko, and Mark Louis Ablaza. And we also have past President Harold Dacumos of the Rotary Club of Makati Bel Air. Welcome. Okay, now I give the floor to our life-changing president, Louis Aseyoche. Mr. President, the floor is yours.
Thank you again, Treasurer Bong. Thank you, Chris, for the invocation. Prayers for those doing service, not just me, during this ECQ are deeply appreciated. Rose Galvez, Derek Tan, PTG Jimmy Cura, and Tess Tumana, you are in our minds, and we pray for your speedy recovery. Welcome to the 5th virtual meeting of the Rotary Club of Makati. I would like to thank our guest speaker, Ms. Martha Sazon, for accepting our invitation to be our guest speaker for today. We are all eager to hear you share the success story behind GCASH. Welcome too to our Rotarians and aunts who, despite the change of time schedule from 2 to 4, are here to attend this meeting. Now, allow me to share what the club has been up to since the lockdown was initiated on August 6th. We rolled out several service project missions to help alleviate the sufferings of our countrymen and provide necessary support to our frontliners. Our club partnered with Rotary Club of Makati Business District and Rotary Club of Makati Dasmariñas to launch the Community Pantry on Wheels, which aims to provide relief to indigent families who were affected by the recent lockdown. Since the launch on August 11, this Community Pantry on Wheels project has provided relief goods to over 800 families in 4 sites. These are in Parañaque, 2 sites in Manila, and in the city of San Juan. This Community Pantry on Wheels will roll out again this coming Friday, August 20, this time in Poblacion, Makati, in coordination with Monsi Cherry Santos of Saints Peter and Paul Parish. Special thanks to our Charter President, Mache Ackerman, and LCP, my classmate Rachel Harrison, for organizing this project with RCM Business District, and to our co-lead club, LCP Gigi Wong of RC Makati Dasmariñas. I also would like to recognize those members who have consistently joined us in this distribution in the community pantry on wheels. Past President David Ackerman and Keith Harrison. With the third wave of the COVID-19 upon us and with the urgent need for more isolation facilities, the Rotary Club of Makati officially turned over the rehabilitated Emergency Quarantine Facility or EQF yesterday, August 16, to the PNP San Juan to serve as temporary shelter to PNP personnel and San Juan residents infected by the COVID virus and who need to be cured and to recover while in isolation. Allow me to share what transpired yesterday through this RCM video news.
Even on the strictest of lockdown, the service project wheel of the club continues to turn. Today, the Rotary Club of Makati, headed by President Louis Asioche, with Disaster Relief Chair Chris Ferrareza, Boy Arteche, and Keith Harrison, officially turned over the Rehabilitated Emergency Quarantine Facility, or EQF, to the PNP San Juan to serve as temporary shelter to PNP personnel and San Juan residents infected by the COVID virus who are needing care and isolation. During the short program, Police Colonel Elpidio A. Ramirez, Acting Chief of Police of San Juan, lauded the project as a prime example of collaborations between private and public sectors in addressing the needs of the people. On his part, Mayor Francis Zamora expressed his utmost appreciation to the club for the help given to the city, even if the city of San Juan is outside the club's area of responsibility.
Kinailangan ng pag-ayos at hindi po nagdalawang isip ang Rotary Club of Makati na gawin po yan. Kaya palakpakan po natin ang Rotary Club of Makati. Bakit very significant? Sabi ko nga, Rotary Club of Makati, hindi naman Rotary Club of San Juan. Ngunit, minahal pa rin ang San Juan. We appreciate it very much na kahit hindi ho kami sakop na inyong club in terms of the city that your club is in. Naalala niyo po kami at Dilalaw. Kaya naman, anytime na pupunta ko kayo rito, I will always be here to welcome all of you. So,
President Louis, during his keynote address, shared the story of the project and how the club chose the city of San Juan as one of the 10 beneficiaries of the quarantine facilities. He also acknowledged the partners who collaborated in the construction and rehabilitation of the facility.
We in the Rotary Club of Makati are so glad and happy to find out that many policemen have benefited from its use. Not that we want them or any of you to actually use this. What we are saying is, and God forbid, when such dire situation comes up and you feel ill, you know deep in your hearts that you have a facility that is dedicated for you, where you can ride out the storm, get healed, and recover.
The Emergency Quarantine Facility was a project of the RCMAC CARES in 2020 during the term of past President Bimbo Mills at the onset of the pandemic. The project is the club's contribution to frenetic efforts at decongesting hospitals and filling the gaps in bed requirements for patients who have tested positive of the dreaded COVID-19. With the rehabilitated and improved facility, the San Juan EQF, an air-conditioned facility, can accommodate 17 beds with mattresses and beddings and separated by dividers. It has a toilet and shower room and manned by a complement of doctors and nurses in a separate room. The San Juan EQF, which was formally launched in April 2020, has already served 416 patients since its construction. During the needs assessment visit last month, the committee found out that the facility has stopped operating 2 months ago due to substantial repairs needed to be done on the floorings and roofs. This quarantine facility in San Juan is the first among 4 sites that would be rehabilitated by RCM in collaboration with Benjo Builders. The club is scheduled to turn over 3 more rehabilitated EQFs in Parañaque, Muntinlupa, and the Philippine Army headquarters in Taguig. The Rotary Club of Makati is not a newbie in the area of disaster response. It could even be called a veteran, a first responder, and fittingly so. With the third wave of the COVID-19 already upon us, the Rotary Club of Makati is always ready to step on the plate and swing away at the bat.
As mentioned in the AVP, the rehabilitated and improved facility, which is the San Juan EQF, is an air-conditioned facility that can accommodate 17 beds with mattresses and beddings and separated by dividers. It also has a toilet and shower room and will be manned by a complement of doctors and nurses in a separate room. This quarantine facility in San Juan is the first among 4 sites that would be rehabilitated by the Rotary Club of Makati. The club is scheduled to turn over 3 more rehabilitated EQFs in Parañaque, Muntinlupa, and the Philippine Army headquarters in Taguig in collaboration with Benjo Builders. Back to you, Bob.
Thank you for your presentation, President Louie. Next, I would like to call on Rotarian Brian Liu to do the introduction of our guest speaker.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. And it's a pleasure to be here with all of you this afternoon. It is my honor to introduce to you our speaker for today. Martha Sazon is the president and CEO of Mynt, which operates GCASH. Previous to the role, Martha was a senior vice president at Globe as head of the broadband business. With more than 20 years of experience in various industries like food, over-the-counter drugs, personal care, and telco, she is highly experienced in transforming organizations and businesses. In her 12 years in Globe, she has led various businesses such as postpaid mobile, small and medium business, and broadband. She has pioneered and executed breakthroughs, all anchored on addressing important customer needs, such as the customizable plans in postpaid, introducing tech solutions for SMEs, even creating a new industry category in prepaid via the highly successful Globe Home Prepaid Wi-Fi, while building agile and digital capabilities. Martha has attended and finished IMD and in-seat executive programs and has a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration and Accounting, achieving cum laude status from the University of the Philippines, Diliman. Now, with all that and more, we look forward to hearing Martha's thoughts and inputs, and may we all enjoy her speech today. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for inviting me to speak with you today. I'm honored to be able to share a GCASH story to you. Well, the past 2 years have been full of unprecedented challenges for our country. Through these trying times, GCASH has been one with the nation by being a lifeline to many Filipinos. My presentation will detail how GCash became relevant to both businesses and consumers during the pandemic, leading to our exponential growth and becoming the #1 finance app in the Philippines. The pandemic has affected all of us, and it has made an impact to Filipino livelihood and the economy. The 9.5% GDP decline in 2020 is the worst fall rate since World War II. Unemployment rate is at 10%. That's equivalent to 5 million Filipinos rendered jobless. 26% of MSMEs have fully closed. 78% of businesses are now fully or partially closed. That is 4.5 million businesses that we are speaking of. Due to quarantine restrictions, we have seen a shift to online behavior in almost all aspects of our daily lives. Here are some key trends brought about by the quarantine. First is the non-contact revolution that made e-commerce as an essential part of life. As the quarantine progressed, people needed a contactless way to pay their essentials such as groceries and utilities. GCash provided a safe as well as easy and secure mode of payment. Second is virtual communities that gave rise to online selling communities. I'm sure everyone here have tried buying or even browsing through these online communities. As the quarantine resulted in massive unemployment, Filipinos turned to online means like Viber, FB, Instagram selling groups to find a way to make a living. GCash provided these businesses with a safe, contactless way to accept payments for their goods. Third is increased consciousness on financial management to help navigate through financial volatility. Studies show that young people are highly concerned about the pandemic's impact on their financial security, specifically how they can preserve and even grow their hard-earned money. GCash is at the forefront, providing relevant and accessible financial services like savings, credit, investments, and insurance. And more on this shortly. We're helping to keep the economy moving through relevant products that complement each key trend that we mentioned. All this was possible because we sought to be more relevant in the lives of Filipinos, especially during this pandemic. This has been evident in these following moments, where GCash has played a major role. So first is GCash becoming a tool for digital pangkabuhayan. With livelihood of many Filipinos affected by the pandemic, GCash provided digital services that helped them to thrive. As of the moment, we already have more than 2.5 million merchants and social sellers on GCash. We gave them an easy way to accept payments via QR or P2P. Some users became the cash in and cash out outlets in their communities. Others became the informal remittance centers for their neighbors. And lastly, some users became bayad centers, paying bills and selling load for their neighbors who can't travel too far. Next is government's financial aid tool, or pang-ayuda. And currently, it's even ongoing. In 2020, we were awarded with the most funds for financial and relief aid, disbursing over 16 billion pesos to more than 2 million Filipinos. But more than that, what would have taken the government 952 days to distribute to the people, with our platform, we did it within a few days. For this month's ECQ, we were able to work with Makati LGU in disbursing 52% of their 511 million cash aid to 230,000 beneficiaries in just one day. We are working with other LGUs like Muntinlupa as well. Third is, we also help enable digital bayanihan. GCash was hailed as the easiest way to donate during the pandemic. We were even used by celebrities like Vice Ganda, Angel Locsin, and various NGOs. GCash was able to collect over 40 million worth of cash aid to help all those affected by the pandemic and super typhoons like Ulysses. GCash is part now of even the micro moments. At a time when we are all still socially distanced, GCash helps our users to reach out to loved ones through our Send with a Clip product. GCash again became viral when users sent their money to each other with cute themes based on the holidays. More than holidays, GCash has even been used to send assistance to their friends and family who needed extra help during this pandemic, or even just comforting words. As mentioned previously, GCash is changing the game for financial services. Not only are we providing the best value in the market, but we are ensuring that the registration process and user experience is seamless, especially for those users who have never used these products before. Here are just a few examples of this. First is the easy access to a savings account. Studies show that 2 out of 3 Filipinos still do not have access to a formal savings account. This is mainly because of the rigorous registration process in place. But with their GSave product, all GCash users can easily open a savings account and will be able to enjoy up to 4% interest rate, one of the highest in the country. In addition, GSave has no minimum balance, so you can access your funds when you need them. GCash provides peace of mind via insurance. For our users who remain cautious during pandemic, we launched an affordable COVID-19 health insurance where you pay as low as 39 pesos a month. We even partnered with Globe to provide 3 months free coverage when they purchase select SKUs. GCash allows you to make investments to grow your wealth. Another product that went viral is our GInvest product, especially when we launched 4 new funds that allow users to participate in the growth of famous global and local companies such as Apple, Google, Ayala, and Globe. We also partnered with expert fund managers to create educational videos for beginners in investments. We've also helped provide quick and affordable cash loans. Lastly, it's called G-Loan, where we pre-approve users based on their G-score. And they can borrow as much as 25,000 pesos and pay over 12 months. This is a game-changing initiative that allows fast, accessible, and simple credit to qualified users. As GCash continues to embed itself in the everyday lives of our users, we have cemented our status as the leading mobile wallet. GCash is recognized as the #1 finance app in the country based on the third-party platform App Annie, with active users 3.8x that of other e-wallets and 4.4x that of other banking apps. GCash even surpassed global social media and entertainment apps like Instagram, Netflix, TikTok, and Viber, among others. We have seen tremendous growth based on the following stats. We now have around more than 46 million registered users as of July 2021. That's around 60% of Filipinos over the age of 15 now having a GCash account. Beyond consumers, our merchant and social seller base has grown to over 2.5 million accounts as they continue to accept via QR codes and P2P. Our app is now being used more than twice a day by our active users, showing how GCash has become embedded in our users' daily lives. So it really has become like a digital wallet for our consumers. We've also seen our daily logins go as high as 15 million and daily active transactions peaking at 10 million. This year, we are on track to end 2021 with 3 trillion in full year gross transaction, which is 3 times last year's GTV. As consumers shifted to online transactions to purchase their essentials during this pandemic, GCash was instrumental in promoting digital lifestyle with our end-to-end app experience via GLife. GLife is our mini app proposition where users can interact with their favorite brands to eat, shop, and even play games. And we have curated in-app e-commerce experience featuring trustworthy merchants on our platform across various industries like food, lifestyle, gaming, and the likes. Beyond this, GLife also gives users access to e-government partners and a health services marketplace. Currently, we have more than 100 key merchants on our platform, a number that keeps growing every day. We are fulfilling our promise of finance for all by being able to serve not just the affluent and digitally savvy, but also our enterprising Pinoys. We've launched new products like GCash Padala and GCash Po with this promise in mind. GCash Padala is our domestic remittance product where GCash users can send money to non-GCash users to be picked up at our GCash partner outlets. During this ECQ, we are also making GCash Padala free of charge to give an extra helping hand during these uncertain times. We have also just launched GCash Po or GCash Pera outlets. This is a new proposition for sari-sari stores to convert into a GCash cash-in and cash-out partner and a hub for other services. We are providing extra income and livelihood opportunities for our partner sari-sari stores. Lastly, in line with the current uncertain environment Filipinos face today, we launched our G Pa Rin campaign to let people know that GCash is with them as we continue to serve as a lifeline to Filipinos. Kahit anong harapin, G pa rin. I want to share with you how GCash has become a vital part of the Filipino community. Recently, a GCash user shared her experience of buying dried fish from a fisherman in Batangas. She realized she didn't have any cash. When she started apologizing that she wouldn't be able to buy any after all, the guy told her not to worry. He accepted GCash. She's not alone as many similar stories have gone viral on social media. I myself was able to witness this firsthand on a recent trip to the beach. Just imagine the possibilities if every Filipino had GCash. We want to continue to empower our enterprising Pinoys, working with more riders, sari-sari stores, tricycle drivers, and even wet markets. At GCash, we are changing the mindset that Philippine financial services are only for the wealthy by making our digital products more accessible, affordable, and easy to understand. We've come to the end of my presentation. We at GCash are excited to deliver more digital services to make more Filipinos' everyday lives better. To explore possible collaborations and partnerships with us, please don't hesitate to get in touch with us. Ana Bautista of our enterprise team is here today to connect with you. We look forward to working with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Martha Sazon. So now, I think it's time to open up our floor for the questions of our members and guests. So I'll be going over the chat box. And first one to put in his the desire to ask a question is Ezekiel Del Rio. So Ezekiel, the floor is yours. Please proceed with your question.
Hi, good afternoon, Ma'am Martha. Hi, good afternoon. Hi, my question is this. I'm actually a cryptocurrency investor since 2017, and I have heard that your company, correct me if I'm wrong, if you have plans to input cryptocurrency into your current system. Is that true? And if it's true, what are the current major cryptocurrencies that you are thinking to put into your platform so that at least Filipinos will have more opportunity to invest in the cryptocurrency boom that is happening right now? Thank you.
First, we recognize the opportunity and the potential of cryptocurrency, especially in the Philippines. We're very much aware of what's happening around it and even the auxiliary services around crypto. I can't tell you much about it yet, but it's something that we are looking into very closely, and hopefully soon we have something in our platform that could participate in this space.
Thank you.
For our next question, let me. Okay, the next question is from. Okay, I'll proceed. How can GCash help support the community service projects of Rotary aside from its main financial intermediation products? Do you see?
Well, we are a platform. You can help. We can help you with your activities if you need like distribution of funds to your constituents, or if you want to implement projects, we can also help advertise that. We're a platform that can also advertise to our GCash users. We can to your members, we can help enable all your members with GCash accounts with a proper identification. Actually, just turning on GCash opens up a lot of possibilities. We also have B2B solutions that we can offer you. And what's good with GCash is they're very simple to do and simple to implement. Yet it's still a good B2B solution. So we have payroll also. We even have GLife. It can help digitalize the interface of Rotary, so anyone can do an interface with Rotary via the app without having to download a separate app. We can activate that in GLife and make your members as whitelisted base, so that only you guys can, you and your constituents can access that app. So that's what we can help do for you. That's practically skipping the very hard part of trying to encourage people to download the app, because that's where all the friction is right now.
Thank you. For our next question, I'll combine the two because they are related. The first question is from Maria Catiis, and the next question is from President Louis Asioche. So the question is, how do you protect customers' money from hacking? And how does GCash protect the data it gathers from its users?
Well, we subscribe to the Data Protection Act, and we are very we have a world-class security system. As to help protect from hacking, our advice really is to never share your password with anyone. GCash will never, or any reps of GCash will never ask for your password. So that's if you protect your password, we can help you protect your account.
Okay, thank you. The next question is from Mark Louis Ablaza. Hello. Give me a second here. It's, the list is moving. I think, okay. How true is the news about GCash going public, or with the probability of doing an IPO at PSE?
Well, that's not part of our immediate plans yet. As we mentioned in our previous media sessions, we have the ability to raise the funds privately. So our focus really now is in growing the user base of GCash, growing the services to help more people. And as we do that and help add value to the lives of Filipinos, and maybe in the future, we can take a look at that. But as to an immediate plan, there's no immediate plan to get into an IPO.
Okay. Our next question will be a live question from Rotarian George Barcelon. Rotarian George.
Yes, thanks, Martha, Mr. Son, may I ask, actually I brought this question to your chairman, Mr. Ernest Koo. The question is, since GCash is such a broad-based subscriber, I thought it would be, if it can be used as a contact tracing. Because as you said, you have about how many, 50% of those 15 years old and above. This may be touching a bit on the data privacy, but it's a tool that if GCash were to provide the QR code for your subscriber, and that can be used in outlets or in areas that can be traceable. Is it something that you'd consider? Thank you.
Is this for COVID?
Yes, for COVID.
Yes, maybe maybe we can also talk about that like offline. We'd like to know in detail what you guys are planning for, and maybe we can take a look at our own capabilities and see how we can help. But we're very much open to that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Rotarian George. The next question is from Rotarian Keith Harrison. Did you establish a new bank, or have you partnered with an existing banking regulated entity?
Oh yes, we are partners with several banks. We're partners with CIMB. They're in their bank is in our GSave right now. We're also partners with BPI and Union Bank. You can do free cash in to your wallet if you have a BPI or Union Bank. You don't have to pay for the 15 peso transfer fee, or 25 pesos, I think, from BPI or Union Bank to other e-money, e-wallets or banks. So far we have that, and we even partner with various credit card providers who are advertising in our platforms, Citibank, HSBC, Metro Bank. We're open to partnering with anyone. We are a platform, and anyone legitimate, as long as it's a legitimate business, you're welcome to partner with us and to use our platform.
Okay, thank you. PP Junjun has a question. PP Junjun, you ask, I forgot my MPIN, what should I do? I think
we answered it in the chat also.
Yeah, it was answered already. I think okay, so for me, I think there are no other questions in the chat box, but I'd like to add, just ask one question. My question is, I mean, for your business is principally in digital, in the digital space. I mean, for business leaders, can you share some maybe philosophies that you think should guide them, or do you have maybe your own personal philosophy? Do you have some philosophy you could share about this the digital space and how we should move forward? Yeah, given the pandemic and the probability of it occurring again in n number of years. So that question.
Well, part of the values we have is always obsessed about the customer. So the customer is our North Star. We always listen to what they need and how we can help them. Of course, guided by our own vision and purpose. Our vision is finance for all. Our purpose is to improve the Filipinos' everyday lives, no matter how small or no matter how minor, as long as we are there for the Filipinos. So we always keep an open ear to listen to what they need. As I said earlier, we are there with them during the micro moments. We noticed that our Send Money with the Clip was being used to provide assistance for COVID or for those whose relatives passed away. So we immediately developed materials. So we've become like a sort of like an informal Hallmark greeting card, where we contain all those messages of comfort, messages of joy, congratulatory messages, which shows that we are there for the Filipinos in their everyday lives. So that is number one. But that could only be supported by a certain ways of working, which is agile and flexible in nature. Of course, you can be there, you can be fast in reacting and in enabling our customers if we are filled with bureaucracy and outdated processes, right? We have our structure should be ready, should be very collaborative, very open, and agile at the same time. So we're ready for whatever comes our way.
Thank you. I think the key word there is agile, ma'am, no? Yeah, so, okay, I think we have a couple more questions coming in. I think we have time, right, President Louie? Ma'am, do you still have, I hope you can accommodate a couple more questions. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Ms. Sazon, are you able to disclose and give us an idea of the profitability and prospects of GCash as a contributor to the bottom line of Globe?
Well, I'm not very familiar with Globe's financial position. I know they're in a good financial position, I think. But GCash achieved profitability in June. But more than that, I think it's the trend that the financial position of GCash is improving, and it just shows that fintech like GCash can make money. So it just proves that GCash can make money and can be profitable. Of course, in the future, it could fluctuate based on the spending. We will have a lot of we foresee major spending in the coming months or years as we focus on growing GCash and its services to help more Filipinos. So that's as far as I can describe the financial position of GCash. Yeah.
Okay. We have a question from IPP Bing Bing. How could we avail free charges for partner bank like BPI? I am a BPI account holder, but anytime I transfer to my GCash, may charge na 15 pesos.
You have to start with GCash. Baka what you're doing is you're starting from the app, from the bank app. If you cash in or load your wallet from GCash, you'll see their BPI and Union Bank, and you can link your account. And then from there, you can easily transfer money from your originating bank, and it's free.
Okay, I hope that answers your question, IPP Bing Bing. We have another question from Keith Harrison. I think this is a good question. No? Do you advocate the elimination of cash completely? What extra step do you need to take to convince all Filipinos to use an e-wallet instead of cash?
Well, we really advocate cashless way because it has a lot of benefits. First, it's safe to use, especially during the pandemic. It's virus-free. There's no risk of contracting virus because of the exchange, physical exchange in the physical handover of cash, right? Secondly, it makes everything transparent. So you can track, right? So everything is above board. So economically speaking, it professionalizes things. Third, it's also more efficient. So you don't have to do things physically, right at the comfort of your homes. You can do that. And the other thing that Governor Jokno even shared to us last year was because of this increase in cashless transaction, we're also able to save money from the government in terms of printing physical paper money or even coins. And I think he was saying that his ambition is by 2025, hopefully there will be no more coins around. Imagine also as practical as when you pay, when you pay for taxi or you pay for your bills, you can pay for an exact amount. You don't have to wait for a change, right? Because normally when you're rushing and you're forced to just make do with the bills that you have, right? But with GCash, you can pay an exact amount and just like give tips to whatever you desire.
Okay.
You asked about how to convince all. I think the key thing to having the key thing to transitioning everyone to a cashless society is really we need national ID. We need the national ID to be implemented so everyone has an identity. In GCash, it's important that we have identity. And currently what we do is we have an eKYC, and I think it's a global best in terms of capability, but it also has its own limitation. Like we experience some people who want ayuda and they didn't have GCash before, they're trying to rush now, and they're giving IDs which are not acceptable. So we have to manually sort through those IDs, and they get to miss the boat in terms of ayuda because they don't have proper identification. Imagine if everyone has a national ID, then that shouldn't be a problem anymore.
Okay. Okay, so there's still questions coming in. Okay, so okay, this is a quick one. Do you have backup systems in case of power failures or internet breakdowns?
Well, we have backups, but our app runs on internet. So if you don't have an internet, you can use the USSD, but I mean the app will work.
Okay. Okay, so the next two questions are related to hacking. So the first one is from PP Junjun. Has GCASH ever been hacked? And number two, how about hacking or cyber scams?
Awan ng Diyos, hindi pa naman.
Okay.
And we invest a lot. We invest a lot in securing our data.
Yeah, I think it's really one of the dangers. I mean, the health pandemic and the IT pandemic together will be is going to be a bad combination. So, do we have other questions from the participants, or? I think we're okay with the questions. So, President Louie, will you be doing your response now?
Okay, thank you, Bom. Last time around, our speaker, architect Jojo Tolentino, talked about disrupting the architectural and engineering sector by going digital. Our speaker today, Martha Sazon, also discussed how financial technology or Fintech has disrupted the way we do banking or financial transactions nowadays. Now, I myself use GCASH heavily, and it's the leading mobile wallet now, according to Martha. And I started warming up to its use last year during lockdowns, whenever my wife would instruct me to buy stuff online.
Papasok na dito nga ako kay boss yung sa Rota.
Or even when sending donations for Sunday Mass. This pandemic has indeed accelerated the adoption of digital services among Filipino consumers, driven by work-from-home arrangements, distance learning, the restrictions on mall visits and dine-ins. More Filipino consumers are now buying and paying online, if not sending money electronically to others. It is also a hygienic way of paying bills, as what the speaker said. Fintech has democratized access to the financial system, and it has provided an indispensable medium for the government to distribute its ayuda. Those who are unbanked or maintain no accounts with any of the banks find themselves suddenly gaining access to financial services that are driven by these fintech players. With easy to onboard and sign up digital financial services, we are truly on our way to solving the age-old problem of financial inclusion. Also, with the expected influx of digital banks or those that offer financial products or services that are processed end-to-end through a digital platform and or electronic channels with no brick and mortar branches, only digital kiosks, barriers that traditionally hinder financial access will increasingly be eroded. And what are these conventional barriers? Stiff bank requirements where the inadequate or irregular income of clients become an obstacle. Ms. Martha Sazon also cited vigorous registration requirements, high transaction costs, and cumbersome documentation. These are some of the traditional barriers that digital banking hope to take down. Remember the paradox in securing loans from banks? Before your loan is approved by a bank, you need to convince the bank that you actually do not need to take a loan from them. Now, with the fast adoption of digital financial services in the country, led by Fintech, our small entrepreneurs can have access to startup capital regardless of age, income, or geography. Ms. Martha Sazon cited Fisher folks being able to transact using GCASH. I look forward to the day when I can transact with my suking magbabalot or our friendly neighborhood taho vendor using my GCash whenever they pass by our street. That will surely be the day when we can all say that fintech like GCash has really intruded and is fully embedded in our day-to-day lives. Martha, as tokens of our appreciation, the Rotary Club of Makati will be sending you its 50th anniversary coffee table book that contains our club milestones and achievements for the past 50 years.
Wow,
You may
thank you
want
for
to go to the pages of this book with this fine bottle of wine. And we
Thank
will
you.
also be dedicating to you one reef bud that will be planted in the Sea of Narvacan, Ilocos Sur. This is part of our Save Our Reefs project initiated by IPP Peter Manzano, which is a major environmental initiative of the club in line with Rotary's 7th area of focus, protecting the environment. Our Save Our Reef project aims to revive and regenerate nearshore marine ecosystems. And a replica of the steel plate that will be put on the reef bud is encased in this plaque of appreciation. Can you see it? that we shall also be sending over to you. On behalf of the Rotary Club of Makati, Martha, our aunts, our district governor, Georgie Tan, the other Karens from the different Rotary clubs who are with us today, and with on behalf of all other guests in attendance, please accept our heartfelt gratitude and best of luck to GCash.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. And thank you to everyone for listening to our story. I hope we were able to, you were able to pick up something from our story. We were able to inspire you or even offer help where we can. And it's an honor to be here to speak in front of you. Thank you again.
Just a request. Martha,
okay.
I hope you don't mind if my office get in touch with you.
Sure.
This is George Barcelon. Yeah, I will get your number from our Rotary Secretariat. Thank you.
Yes, sure, sir.
Okay. Before I ask President Louis to adjourn, may I remind everyone to please stay on, as we'll be taking our group photo with our speaker. So, Pres Louis, please do the adjournment. Then we do the photo. Do we do photo first or adjourn? Which one?
We have the group photo? No. I think we should have the group photo first before I adjourn.
Okay. All right.
So picture 1, 2. Second window. Okay, thank you.
Okay. I am adjourning now this meeting. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, President.
Congratulations, Louis.
Thank you.
Good meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you,